Okay, so I am here today and we are going to be talking about the immune system and how is it related to adrenal fatigue and what can I do about it and is there a relationship about it? So we're going to be asking the question, what does it have to do with me being exhausted all the time? I continue to have reoccurring infections. I'm the one that always gets sick. I feel run down. I'm never really recuperating. If I go anywhere, I feel like I'm fatigued and exhausted. Is that the same as adrenal fatigue? Is it the immune system? Is it the chicken? Is it the egg? Which came first? My name is Dr. Joel Rosen. I am the Adrenal Fatigue Recovery Ninja, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. If you are watching this on my Facebook Live, it means you are part of my membership. If you are not, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel because I will be posting this on my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, then subscribe. And also make sure you check out the Dr. Joel Rosen's The Art of Adrenal Fatigue Recovery. So let's talk about it. So the immune system, how is it related to the adrenals? The first relationship I'm going to explain to you is they're both on a circadian rhythm. They really are. And what that means is when it gets dark out, when it gets light out, you have a different array of hormones, different array of neurotransmitters, a different array of immune system cells that are programmed at certain times of the day. Like with your cortisol levels are always going to be higher in the morning and lower at night, unless you've been a third shift worker, a second shift worker, which can be really, really problematic. Actually, there's a lot of research that is showing that if you were a second shift worker or a third shift worker early on in your lifetime, and you've had to do it for several years at a time, that can predispose you to autoimmunities, and that can predispose you to things like Parkinson's and things like that. There are research that shows that. But either way, your immune system is programmed to be on a circadian rhythm, and your HPA axis is programmed to be on a circadian rhythm. And when your circadian rhythm is off because of continued stress, third shifts, second shifts, a whole bunch of immune issues, then potentially you're going to have a connection between an adrenal problem and an immune problem. That's one of the main connections. Another main connection is that when your HPA axis and your immune system gets signaled when there is a stressor, or it's a time of the day where it's going to be more alarmed, that your adrenals help regulate that. So your adrenals are really, really good at shutting down the immune system so that you can prioritize on what's most important. And what's most important is energy, is survival, is flight, flee or fee, is basically fight or flight or flee, right? And you release this adrenaline, and you release this, you release the cortisol, and you increase your energy, and you pump your muscles for survival. Your immune system at that point is not very, very important. And then ultimately what happens is that's a short-term response. You're not supposed to have that to continually go on over and over and over and over again, so that your body is continually down-regulating your immune system. So if you're constantly under stress and you're constantly secreting adrenaline and cortisol and all your stress hormones, and you're limiting your immune system so that you can prioritize, or I keep saying that, prioritize, you can prioritize your survival, then your immune system is going to take a back seat, right? So now you have a second connection there. There's a lot of other connections, but I want you to focus on those two main connections. So number one, when I'm under stress a lot of times, over and over and over and over again, my body is engineered for a short-term response to shut down my immune system. Number two, when my circadian rhythm is off, when I am using a third shift, a second shift, I have exposures to computers and cell phones and lights, and I don't get out in the middle of the day, so I don't get a lot of sunlight, that's going to mess up my circadian rhythm. and that's going to ultimately mess up my immune system. And that's a big thing. So I just wanted to do a quick little explanation on that, because I get a lot of people who tell me or ask me, hey, Joel, I'm always sick. Does that have anything to do with my adrenals? Or is the adrenals cause my immune system problem? Or does my immune system problem cause my adrenal problem? And that would be the third relationship that I would explain to you. Is the third relationship is that if you do have an exposure, your immune system is challenged because of circadian rhythm disruptions and reoccurring HPA axis issues, then that immune stress, that pathogen, that chemical, that toxin, that emotional thing, which is going to suppress your immune system, is more than likely going to be the cause of the adrenals to have to be exhausted and tired, right? It's a lot of the time that's what happens. So you have a lot of intricate relationships. So people will ask me all the time, what's the best supplement for the adrenals? And I said, well, it depends where what's going on with your adrenals. What's stressing the adrenals? Do you have an inflammatory source? What's causing this problem? If that's the case, then we need to identify what is it that is stressing the adrenals, so that we can get after that and we can support that, and we can support your immune system. So those are the things I wanted to talk to you about. What are some good immune supporting nutrients? Well, obviously getting your circadian rhythm back online is important, right? So getting good sleep and making sure that you're not getting stimulus at night that's going to stimulate your, what they call your hippocampus, which is what regulates your circadian rhythm. So you want to really, those blue blocking glasses are really important, and also getting the light during the day is really, really important as well. But then you want some immune modulating nutrients. So the basics you can get are vitamin A. Vitamin A is a really, really great immune modulating nutrient. And there's a lot of genetic polymorphisms, meaning when I look at your DNA and we look at your vitamin A genes, you have an inability to convert beta carotene into vitamin A, and your immune system is going to be challenged. Vitamin C is a very, very good immune supporting nutrient. Vitamin D is a really good immune supporting nutrient, as is vitamin E. But then you're looking at things that can support mitochondrial health. So things like ALA, things like NAC, things like CoQ10, L-carnitine. I don't like to just say, here, take this, that, and the other. I get a lot of people who get frustrated because when we meet and I don't tell them, okay, take this, 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 and this, they're frustrated because they are conditioned to just have to take these supplements, and then that's what you do. But we got to get to the root cause of the problem. I want to look at your genetics. I want to see, do you have a problem converting vitamin beta carotene into vitamin A? Do you have a circadian rhythm disruption? What's your lifestyle like? Is there pathogens, or are there pathogens? What's your microbiome look like? Because that's on a circadian rhythm too. So just want to start to raise a lot of question marks and a lot of ahas for you to say, hey, I'm going to fix this, but I got to go digging a little bit deeper. So if you're looking to do that and you're really decisive, you know, like, hey, this adrenal problem is not going to get better on its own. Unfortunately, the medical model, they're behind the times with how they deal with this. And if I don't get this fixed now, I'm going to continue to decline. And the cost of that pales into comparison the cost of how it's impacting my life, because I can't get off the couch. I can't enjoy my friends. I can't do the social things. I don't enjoy my family. And it's costing me a lot of money to not be able to function at my fullest. If that's someone like you, then sign up for what we call our breakthrough call. It's you have to go to the truthaboutadrenalfatigue.com/apply. It's called the truthaboutadrenalfatigue/apply, and make sure that you are ready to get your health back, and we can get clear on what's not working, where you want to be, and how we got to get there. I look forward to ending your adrenal fatigue nightmare. Thank you so much.